of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin? judge, wanna mind your thoughts. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of famous.
All right, Grand Rising, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, let's get those likes up. Please don't forget to like and share. You all know how it goes down in these YouTube streets. Also, please double check to make sure you're still subscribed, especially if you have not been receiving notifications. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And also, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Exit stage left. Okay? All right, Claudette. Trues No TV is here. Vince, I am from the UK. Reggie, Pretty Wings, Sisters Moon. All right. That Crazy Beach Aries, Buckhorst DC. All right. Nessie X is in the house. My aunt Egypt, G from the land. Queen and Moni Huey is here. Okay. Meta Simplicus, Janie Howard is here. Brand Slayer TV, Root Trackers, Deronda, Pearly. All right. So, oh, hell no. I see you, beloved. Melanin 100, Jeff ATL. All right. Shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. I love my loyal royals. Okay. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. I see you, Desmond. All right. Mr. Elevation in the house. Silent Sister is here. So that all been said, let's get into it. All right. Let's get into it. Hey, Battle Axe, Full Joy. At the end of the day, this whole thing with Diddy is getting more and more nefarious. Okay, so let's first go over some of the things that we do know. A lot of these things are allegations, and Diddy is denying them firmly, as we would expect. But some of the things, we have gotten the proof for it. Okay, and so let's talk about it. Well, we have gotten the proof that Diddy was, in fact, at some point along the lines, working as an informant for the FBI. Now, we have that on very good information. We had the documents. I showed you the documents. Okay, working for a man by the name of Mark Parody, and that's Paridy, who is now retired, okay? And with that all being said, let's not forget that his bodyguard, Gene Deal, said that he was going and taking paperwork to the feds, and then said that he was a CI, which is a confidential informant. So this is one thing that we do know. So for the fool who was out here saying that those of us who are going against Diddy and want to see him pay for his crimes at the end of the day, or these allegations that he's alleged to have committed, well, they're saying that we're giving praise to the feds, but wasn't he working with them? So there's that. Okay, I'm sure that just debunked their little theory, agenda they want to push. But at the end of the day, now we also know that different people at different times have told the exact same story. Okay, let's talk about it. In Lil Rod's last filing, okay, his last amended lawsuit filing, which came just days ago, and I showed you the receipts. He didn't say their names, but he said the catchphrases of Rick Ross and DJ Khaled. Okay, implying that they would come to Diddy's home and disappear into the bedroom for hours. Now, mind you, Jonathan Oddie first said it in 2018. I showed you the footage. Okay, he said it in 2018 that Rick Ross, Diddy, and DJ Khaled were all zesty. That's what he said. So there's two different people who don't know each other, independent of one another, saying these things years apart. Both of them claiming to have been victims of Diddy. Let's not forget that Jonathan Oddie said that he was Diddy and Cassie's SEX slave. Okay, so that all being said, he also said that Diddy had people watching him and things like that, and he ended up having to sue him. Okay, so let's not forget that. All right, those details. Let's not forget that back in 2011, I told you all, you heard it here first. Okay, I know Fake Nancy Drew did the story about a week ago, just a few days ago, but I told you all this December the 2nd. Okay, James Roseman, aka Jimmy Henchman, was questioned by the feds about Diddy's sexual preferences and whether or not he had been messing around with minor boys. All right. He sat down and they also showed him some nude pictures of these women and wanted to know if he could identify them and all of these things. So that's all the way back in 2011. Now, why would they be asking Jimmy Henchman about Diddy and young boys? Would that have anything to do with the salacious rumors about Diddy, Usher, and Justin Bieber? I do believe it would, okay, amongst other things. There's no telling what else they were looking into about him. Excuse me. So with that all being said, these are the things that we do know because there's documents to prove all of this. I showed you the documents of what it said about the proffer session they had with Jimmy Henchman. I showed you all the receipts on that as well. So with that all being said, and matter of fact, likes up, everyone. Please get the likes up. Please like and share. So now let's get into it. Also, let me say this. Other things have been corroborated. Lil Rodney Jones, that doesn't mean it's true. It's still allegations. But what I'm saying is more than one people have said certain things. Okay. Let's not forget that I pointed out to you just last week that in fact, Jonathan Oddie also said in 2000, no, this wasn't last week. This was about a month ago. I pointed this out to you that Jonathan Oddie had said back in 2018 that Diddy had a gay agenda and he had a Ciroc agenda. He was going to have people binging off alcohol and doing drugs. He was pushing that through the music industry and that he was also trafficking through the music industry. Okay. But I believe he was alluding to trafficking of drugs through the music industry. That's what he was saying. That's interesting because Lil Rod, aka Rodney Jones, said something very similar. He talked about all of the liquor. They had to have the Ciroc bottles around him, how they were putting stuff in there, lacing in all of these things, and then talked about the drugs being transported by Brandon Paul and one time by him, I believe, and then also by Young Miami. So saying some of the very same things, if we look back at that old video and re-listen to it, I keep telling you all this is the gift that keeps on giving because more and more information continues to come out. Now, I want you all to pay attention because I just went over this with you last week when the new filings by Rodney Jones came out. But I already told you this before from his previous filing, where he talked about being at Diddy's house, having a party there. He felt like they put something in his drink. He said he woke up dizzy. He didn't have on any clothes. There was 2 SEX workers and Diddy in the bed with him. You all remember that story? I want you to pay attention to that story because you're going to hear a story that's very similar to that. Okay. And here's the thing. Diddy, I'm willing to bet money that Diddy has blackmail tapes, freak off tapes of Lil Rod. You see, that's why Diddy kept pressuring Lil Rod to do certain things, like the whole situation with Young Miami's cousin. Okay, like him waking up in the bed with Diddy and the SEX workers. He was trying to get Little Rodney to the point where he could blackmail him, where he would have something over his head. Because see, Little Rod was being resistant if what he says is true. He wouldn't just go ahead and do the rainbow, join the rainbow with Diddy because Diddy was promising $250,000, promising him that he would win the best producer of the year at the Grammys, promising him houses and yachts and all of that. He wasn't falling for it. And Diddy knew too much that one day he could open up his mouth. So he wanted to get some information on him. And I'm pretty sure he has it because let us not forget that Little Rodney is the one who said that he believes that they put something in his drink and that he woke up feeling dizzy. He wandered around the house, didn't have on any clothing. And when he woke up, there was Diddy and there was 2 SEX workers in the bed with him. So if you all don't think that Diddy recorded him with footage when that all went down, well, that's why it went down. That's why he would have incentive to put something in his drink to have him knocked out and to be in the bed doing certain things. Okay? And here's the thing. Lil Rod didn't say what sex were or what gender were these workers. He didn't say whether they were male or female, did he? Okay, so please pay attention. Please pay attention. And then also trying to set him up allegedly with Cuba Gooding Jr. Exactly. Okay, so I find it also interesting. But so anyway, thank you, Queen Sam, beloved. Okay. So with that all been said, now I want you all to listen to this because I'm going to let you all hear some stuff that some of these celebrities have said out of their own mouths. Okay. Some of these celebrities have said these things out of their own mouths. Okay. Raven-Symone said everybody in Hollywood knows what time it is. All right. We have one guy. This is an old video that I went and dug up. Let me just show you all this. Okay. I'm going to play this first. Now, this is a guy talking about what goes down at those mansion parties. And when you listen to what this guy says goes down at these mansion parties, that's when I want you to put 2 and 2 together and get 4, just like I did. And you'll realize that this is more than likely exactly what happened to Lil Rod. Okay? What Diddy did to Lil Rod. And also, that's likely the reason that Lil Rod's spilling all the tea. Okay, that's likely the reason why he's spilling all this tea at the end of the day, because you can have stuff over people's heads, but some people, they'll just go ahead and spill everything. They're not going to allow you to blackmail them, especially when you did them dirt and you owe them the money. They didn't do anything except what you asked them to do. Okay, so I believe that's absolutely why Lil Rod came out and spilled all this tea on Diddy and continues to do so, because he really wants Diddy to go down. There's no telling what else, like I told you all days ago, he in fact knows about Diddy. Okay, so I'm going to play this video. Everyone please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Of the Mars shit, ass nigga with a footy on and don't know what the f you just did. I mean real shit. Your mother and your ass hurting. You don't know what the f you don't know who to tell. But this is what the game is going to. That's what it's going to. Then here it is, it's time for a contract to come out. Nigga want to sign you for 5 years. You like, nah, dog. So you don't want to sign with us? Nah. Not for no nah. Man, pop in the tape. Show this nigga what he did last night. I'm serious. Dude, this real shit I'm telling y'all though. Pop in the tape. You seen that mother like, man, what the f? Yeah, well what the f? That's what happened. You got what you gonna do? You gonna sign that contract. You don't want nobody in the hood to see that shit. You don't want this shit to get out, dog. I'm telling y'all, and this is what I'm gonna tell y'all like this. These niggas that you see constantly high, they're not getting high because they like to get high. They getting high because they know what they done done. And they can't live with that shit for real. So, I'm telling y'all this from me. This is some real shit. This real shit I'm telling y'all. This real shit. So a nigga tell you, man, oh man, I got on my contract. No, they ain't talking about paperwork. These niggas got for real, for real. So I'm just telling y'all, shit that y'all might be hearing for y'allself, man, this shit ain't no lie, this shit real talk. I can say this shit because I'm a real nigga. Some of these motherfuckers can't say this shit because they already know about that goddamn tape. They on that tape. So they can't say shit about that shit. But I mean, they proud niggas' weaknesses because niggas be so happy they about to sign some shit. Now they done told you come to a mansion party. You gonna turn down shit because you gonna feel like this is my family. I'm with these niggas now. You smoking on some shit or you done, man, drunk some shit. Nigga, you done forgot everything. Just like this I'm on right now. You don't know what the going on until they show you that goddamn tape. You gonna sign. You gonna sign. This is a shiesty, devilish game. And if you don't have no knowledge, you gonna set yourself up to be around. So believe me, instead of trying to get to the A&R to get your views together, you better make sure your ass ready. You better go at that nigga but have another blueprint in your head to be already ready with the Cause half these niggas you think niggas ain't niggas. These niggas is plastic pimps, rubber gangsters. And half of them like that. This some real hardcore shit I'm telling y'all in here. Some real raw shit. If y'all gonna get in this industry, man, make sure you be right.
Well, you all heard that. He was saying some serious stuff. So what do you all have to say about it? I find it all nefarious. And I believe that's exactly what happened at Diddy's parties, okay? He said people waking up and you might drink something or smoke something, you forget everything. You don't know what happened. And about all of this zesty stuff that goes on in the entertainment industry, specifically the hip-hop industry. He said it's a whole lot of these fakers out here. We've heard this all before. We have heard this all before. Mission Vision says, he said, uh rubber gangsters. Exactly. Pearl said, I believe it too. All of it, Queen. Yeah, I believe it too, because we've heard it all before. And I want you to pay attention because, like I said, the stuff that he was describing in detail goes right along with what the things that Lil Rod and Cassie both said in their lawsuits about what goes down at those Diddy parties and freak offs. Okay, so please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, let's go to Raven-Symone, because Raven-Symone, she talked about her preference, her sexual preference and all of that, and how she had to hide it at first and all of this. But she also talks about how, people in Hollywood, everybody knows. Please pay attention.
It was more of that. It wasn't a thing about, like, I got stylists around me. I got gay people around me. That's always around me. Mm-hmm. I don't judge. But I don't know if he's a kid, so I don't know if he's gonna be able to take what come. I'm the first person I'm the first rapper that they kind of like came at hard with this. They came at like Michael Jackson and Prince, but I'm talking about hip hop. Yeah. Like, I'm the first person that ever came to this. I know how strong I had to be. Like, how many times I done spaz, how many times I wanted to spaz, and it's like, I don't know if he can be able to do it. He's still a teenager. So it's like, that's the only thing I was like, I don't think he should have did it.
On The Cosby Show, you were the world's sweetheart.
Raven has been performing in front of 44 million people since she was 3 years old.
There's so much pressure to be feminine beauty.
Well, you look very attractive tonight.
Thank you.
There's a lot of rules in place. How cute can you be? How sexy can you be without showing sex? My sexuality, I knew that this can't be talked about.
What happened to Raven on The Cosby Show?
I just black out.
I would appreciate it if it will not appear anywhere.
I didn't want to tell my parents. I knew I couldn't say it out loud, but that eats at your soul. That eats at your soul.
Raven finally tells her story.
I remember the smell of the soul food coming out of his dressing room. I remember when we opened the show, you had to walk up these stairs and we came down that classic staircase. I remember standing up there and playing with the wood before I went down. I do not remember as soon as the camera starts. Something clicks off and I do what I'm trained to do.
When she was just 3 years old, Raven was already working to help put food on the table.
My mother and father, at a young age, they put me into modeling. My mother's favorite show was The Cosby Show. One day I saw the look on my mom's face and I said, hey, I can do what Rudy can do.
Big people's games.
We watched you on The Cosby Show. You were the world's sweetheart.
Raven revealed when she was 7 years old on the set of The Cosby Show, she was told that she was getting fat and she couldn't eat on the set.
When The Cosby Show was fizzling to an end, my father needed to plan what else my career entailed and continue to pay bills. I did a rap album, The 7-Year-Old.
Child star turned teen superstar Raven-Symone is living every girl's dream.
I had the #1 show on Disney. I had multiple albums. I'd been on tour with NSYNC.
But behind her success, Raven wasn't happy.
There's so much pressure. I've always found it stressful. All I knew is how to recite words that other people wrote and the emotion I was supposed to have and smile and take pictures for people.
To support her family, Raven was hiding a heavy secret.
My awareness of my sexuality was prevalent to me at 12. I didn't want to tell my parents because I knew I couldn't say it out loud. I remember when Ellen came out, there were no good conversations coming out of it. It was always negative. So if you don't see other people going through it in a positive way, why would you say anything? Because you know you're Up. When I turned 18, I knew something was going on, so I started going to therapy, and it's dissociation.
But Raven didn't want to close herself off anymore and finally put herself first.
I retired from the industry.
All of my relationships, especially when I started dating, I had to get people to sign NDAs. And it took me a while to wrap my head around it because it's just very impersonal, but someone in our position needs to do that.
At what point in the date or the relationship do you say, I have some paperwork for you?
Before the naughty times come. Right before naughty time comes.
Wait, but who's stopping to read these documents ahead of time?
The lawyer's right there in the room. Welcome to being a celebrity in Hollywood nowadays.
As a single person, when you're a single person, where do you go get this paperwork?
Your lawyer. Had a lawyer. He sent me multiple copies. You pick one up, date it, sign it. I still got them. I still got all of them. So nobody can say anything in it, whatever. And then I had one person
How big is your file?
My queerness was never an issue because, one, I didn't put it out in public, and everybody in the industry, everybody, even if you're straight, you know what's up. So it's like, it's okay. But I am aware that during this period of time in our country, it wasn't about your truth. It was about how you can make others happy and live the life that someone else wants you to live so that society can go on the way they want it to go on.
Okay, so I find that all very interesting. And at one point in that last interview, she actually said that she was dating a guy once, and she told him that if they got married, that she would need to have a girlfriend on the side. And I want you all to pay attention because a lot of that goes on in the industry, okay? A lot of these people have beards, is all I'm saying. A lot of these people like the same, but they'll sit there and be with someone else just for cover, okay? Just for cover. And some of them are married to trans women and you don't even know it because they're not going to tell you, okay? That's another industry secret, okay? So please pay attention. With that all being said, let's go to the next video. That Crazy Beach Era said, that's very sad what she had to experience. Well, that's the thing. People can't be true to themselves for a variety of reasons, says Timberland. Yeah, this is very true. This is very true. Okay, so let's go to the next video where they talk about Usher and Diddy. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance.
And then, in a shocking revelation, Miss Sharon loudly declares, Usher is gay. This one statement was enough for the people to open Usher's past, in which Diddy was a frequent partner. In previous years, there were rumors suggesting that Diddy had a purported relationship with Usher during Usher's teenage years. Allegedly, Diddy and Usher shared a bed when Usher was 15, while Diddy was in his late 20s. Despite Diddy's attempts to downplay the situation, many find it difficult to perceive any circumstances in which it would be considered appropriate for an adult like Diddy to share a bed with an adolescent Usher. Apparently, Usher has acknowledged participating in S-orgies with Diddy when he was just 15 years old, a situation that is widely recognized as illegal in the United States and various other countries. Additionally, it has been claimed that Diddy encouraged Usher's involvement in DNA during his teenage years. Usher has vehemently denied any intention of sending his own children to a school similar to one associated with Diddy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to puppy camp? Hell no.
Adding to the poignancy of the situation is the fact that Usher's parents were entirely oblivious to the challenges and experiences their child was going through. Beyond that, Diddy has found himself at the center of several peculiar news stories. One noteworthy instance involves a friend of Jaguar who, employed alongside Diddy at the time, reportedly witnessed Diddy engaging in S activity with Christopher Williams. The revelation of this incident through a bombshell tape must have had a profound and potentially traumatic impact on the employee involved. According to Jaguar, her buddy was compelled to leave the room since Diddy and Christopher Williams showed no sign of terminating their intimate session. And interestingly, the fans' reactions to these disclosures weren't as surprising as one might anticipate them to be. And one wrote, I find it peculiar. Diddy is consistently accused of A, stealing, having people K, and strange HS encounters other men in the industry has accused him of, and somehow he has been getting away with not being interviewed to address such serious allegations. I guess the rumors are true. Many people really do fear him. According to Usher, Diddy has a pattern of engaging with young individuals in a similar manner. Diddy has a distinct practice of essentially adopting young people and exposing them to the lifestyle of a hip-hop mogul. This involves late-night gatherings, after parties, and various other activities. Usher's own experience underscores this pattern, as he was only 10 years old when he moved to New York and began living with
New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing.
Diddy. While living with Diddy, Usher had numerous opportunities to closely observe and witness everything Diddy orchestrated, ranging from parties to various other aspects of his lifestyle.
And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's
in the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgy music nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah,
It was also confirmed when Jamie Foxx stepped into the spotlight to reveal details about Diddy. Despite not having a history of scandalous behavior, Jamie Foxx knew how to make headlines.
Do y'all really pay attention to Hollywood, bro? Like, really, really, really pay attention. A lot of these folks came in the industry as a kid. They be so ready to live that lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? They don't even be knowing what they really be getting themselves into. I mean, we on the outside looking in, but a picture can tell 1,000 words if you ask me. Welcome to Hollywood, where the victims eventually turn into the predators. Just imagine all the secrets. Imagine all the stuff that they can't talk about. Imagine all the stuff that they went through. And deep down, they want to tell the world everything. But they know once they sign that contract, they can't say nothing. It always starts at an early age. Like, some stuff just don't be making sense to me. And a lot of times I feel like they put it right in our face just to show us how powerful they are. I just don't understand. And once she like 16, and I had to cover up that picture because he in his boxers. When you start doing your research, you really start noticing things. And notice how he always in red. Like, some of these pictures just, I don't know. Him and we are good friends. Like, show up to every party, good friends. The bad boys. I mean, those must be some real interesting parties at Diddy house. Especially when there's a 40-foot bed in the backyard. That's a huge bed. Look like the same bed some of these pictures was taken in. But then again, who knows? This industry is really wicked. But sooner or later, everything gonna hit the fan. What's done in the dark is gonna all come to the light. 39 years in prison, over a dozen victims. All you gotta do is open your eyes, just pay attention. Y'all should know by now who run the industry, and it ain't no human. Keep going broke though, giving them all your money. Remember what Cat Williams said, there's a lot of plants in this industry. You just never know. That's why they say the truth is way more scarier.
I don't think people realize like how young we were, you know, so we're actually like kids in this multi-billion-dollar industry.
Okay, so there you have it. This is all very common in the industry. Now look at Justin and Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith. They've been friends since they were little, but look at how they interact with each other. Okay, a whole lot of stuff going on. We already know because what's his name? Jaden already came out and told us how he gets down. Okay, and pay attention. There's another video of Justin Bieber kissing a man in the mouth also. So I'm just saying it's a whole lot of this stuff going on in the industry, and Diddy was just simply one of the people used to help push that agenda, used to bring people in and break them in, and doing so by any means necessary, including but not limited to putting things in their drinks to get them inebriated or to the point that they won't realize what's going on, or they won't remember what happened the next morning until he puts in the video and shows them what they did, just like that guy said. So Diddy was absolutely part of that agenda. That's why he was having all those parties. That's why those parties were being funded by people like Lucian Grange, okay? Ethiopia Haptemariam. That's why these people were working with and for him, allegedly. Mind you, this is all alleged. All of the defendants are saying that they didn't do these things and it's innocent, and that they're innocent, and basically it's all lies and BS. But at the end of the day, if these things are true, that's exactly what was going on. Please pay attention, okay? Please pay attention. And that's just not the end of it, because we've heard numerous of times before other celebrities outing these satanic things that go on in the industry, how some of these contracts and backdoor deals are made and signed in blood and all of that. They've talked about a myriad of these people doing things about bowing to Baphomet, Moloch, and all of these things. But let's continue, because I showed you all months ago. I played for you the audio of Demond Wilson from Sanford & Son talking about all of the stuff that goes on and basically why he left Hollywood. Okay, so lights up, everyone, please like and share. Let's continue.
Soul to make your dreams come true. You do whatever it takes to get to the top, but sometimes the stakes are too high. You lose so much of yourself getting there.
All of them. You name your biggest black actors, you name your biggest white actors, you name your biggest female Latino actresses, they all have to do it. A blood oath. Now you bend over. Now every orifice that you have is going to be annihilated.
This Sanford & Son actor recently came out with what it took to reach the top of his game in Hollywood. He had seen it all and was forbidden to talk about it until now. He was a decorated Army veteran, a top-selling Hollywood actor, and an author, and he even became an ordained minister. Demond Wilson told the media,
"You cannot make it to the top in that industry without selling your soul."
Yeah, but you're still out here doing these songs, you know, you're still on tour.
I do, but I don't take it for granted.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
He said this world and the world we can't see. Clearly talking about the devil. Okay, talking about selling his soul for fame and fortune. How many of them have said this? And for those of you who may have wondered whatever happened to Stacey Lattisaw, I actually saw her in an old episode of Unsung once, and she said, when they asked her about her career, she said she wasn't willing to sell her soul. Okay, now a lot of times when people say that, other people think they're using it as a euphemism or just, metaphorically speaking. But no, they're absolutely serious. Okay, please pay attention. With that all being said, moving right along to the next video.
Remember, right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me, and I knew that was gonna be my coming out night.
Why is your hand over your eyes?
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about?
That's how I got introduced to the music industry. Because I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul.
Yeah. That seems fun. Yeah, I love that my Tommy was like, "What about the devil?" I was like, "Fun,"
Happy haunting.
Is that, and I wanted to thank you because you let me come on your show and sing. And that was, a lot of my book is about my wanting to sing ever since I was a little girl, and my family lied to me and told me that I was better than Shirley Temple, and I believed them.
You're not helping a kid when you do that.
No, and I totally believed them and everything. And then when I was 6, all of a sudden, I was a has-been, and they started to, tell my younger cousin that she was...
she was the real singer?
Yeah, and it, really upset me, so I, summoned Satan, and I write about how I made it.
Where do you summon Satan?
It's in this chapter called Eat, Pray, Love, Conjure Satan. And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room, and I was...
CBS doesn't condone this in any way.
Wait a minute. because I wanted to get famous no matter what. And, you know, then I forgot that I had this deal with Satan and everything. And then I got really famous. And then one day I, like, had this tragic singing accident at the...
yes, I remember that, yeah.
And I realized then that Satan was coming for my soul. So, yeah, he wanted me to pay up. So the book is about that and how at the end I invite Satan to dinner at Spago. And
you should, he's there most nights, but you should...
No, but wait, and I asked him to, you know, give me a refinance on my soul thing. And so that works out. It has a happy ending.
Oh.
Let's say if the devil comes to you, right? And so I'll give you $100 million, but I want you to turn your back on God. Would you turn your back on God, or will you take that $100 million?
You know, in Hollywood and in the industry and the stuff we do, there's a lot of like insider secrets to keeping your career going.
I'm telling you facts. Hear it. This industry is not what it seems to be. Listen, this is a rapper, you got 200 followers. I bet you there's rappers in here right now that can rap way better than you. You can rap way better than me. You will never be where I'm at because this industry is rigged. It's rigged.
Everything else is crap. I promise you.
I believe that I had to become a famous, you know, idea.
Yeah.
And get all the stuff that people dream about and accomplish a bunch of things that, you know, that look like success.
Everything around us that we call life was made up by people that are no smarter than you.
And it looks great. I mean, it looks great when you got a cool car and you got good, nice clothes and, you know.
It's all nefarious. Okay, so you all see that these are the things that some people are absolutely willing to do. Some people don't care, and a lot of people think it's a joke. They think this is all conspiracy theories at the end of the day. But a lot of people have talked about these things, these parties, and all of these rituals, and all these things. And what more do you need to see? You literally saw Beyonce, Britney Spears, Ariana Grande, Katy Perry, all kneeling down on pentagrams. I mean, do y'all think that's a joke? Now, they'll say that they did that just for kicks and giggles, but who finds that funny? And why is Rihanna walking around, you know, being sacrilegious and being so disrespectful to people's religion? Wearing this. What is that all about? Okay? Now, she received backlash for that too. She received backlash about the whole thing. It says singer Rihanna has landed in trouble for her latest photo shoot that sees her dressed as a nun, flaunting a bold and sensual dress. The post has received backlash from social media users. One user found the shoot disrespectful and strange. Okay, saying, can't you do art without messing with other people's religion? Is this how desperate celebs have become? Our religion is not your marketing toy. Like, stop. This is so annoying. Someone else said it was in poor taste. Okay, Rihanna taught in Christianity by portraying herself as a slutty nun on the cover of the Interview magazine. This is what someone said. Now, for her airport arrival, the pop star dressed in a pink outfit, elevating it with a blue scarf and black embellished footwear, with a souvenir from the event in her hand. In her hand. So I don't know why they're telling us all that. I was just trying to figure out if she had anything to say about her nefariousness for dressing like that. I mean, just all satanic as far as I'm concerned. But are we surprised? I mean, look at A$AP Rocky, the father of her child. This is in the beginning of his career, standing inside of a whole pentagram. What is he doing? What is he reading? Why are there candles lit? Why are there other people behind him holding something in their hand as if they're reading as well? Like, what's really going on here? I think it's easy to figure it all out. At the end of the day, this is all so nefarious. I just want you all to pay attention. But like I said, some people are willing to do anything to have money and fame, fortune, all of that. I saw somebody left a comment one day when someone was talking about this type of stuff, and they left a comment asking how could they join? And they were very serious. They weren't even joking. So it just goes to show that some people absolutely will just do whatever, sell their soul, you know, do all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay, so likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, so let's listen to this video about Jeffree Star, because Jeffree Star is a social media influencer, very big on YouTube.
And he had some things that he claims that he was going to be telling. And at the end of the day, it looks like someone tried to shut him up, or some people allegedly tried to shut him up. Now, this is all alleged. Please pay attention. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
The first person we need to talk about is Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star, for those of you who don't know, is a 37-year-old YouTuber with over 15.9 million subscribers. Even though Jeffree is known today as a YouTuber, he actually started all the way back in the 2000s on MySpace. Jeffree had gained a large following on MySpace, posting blogs and promoting his music. He had become one of the biggest independent artists on MySpace in those times. Eventually, Jeffree made the move over to YouTube, where he became even more popular. Jeffree briefly also had a successful music career, as even at one point, he managed to sign a record deal with no other than Akon. Jeffree is one of the biggest influencers on this list and has been accepted by Hollywood just like any other celebrity. We on this channel already know, once a person is accepted by Hollywood, that's usually a pretty clear sign that they have taken the oath. The reason we're talking about Jeffree Star in this video is because Jeffree tweeted out 3 very interesting tweets on December 30th. His first tweet was, "What a crazy year. I escaped the Illuminati in 2021 and they still haven't taken me out. Every day I wake up grateful." He then tweeted out, "In 2020, I was going to expose everything. In a matter of days, the Hollywood elite tried to ruin my career and flooded the news with lies to discredit me. If you guys only knew the truth about what they're doing to Britney and Kanye." He then ends his alarming tweets by saying anyone who challenges the system gets eliminated. Jeffree openly admits not only was he a target, but he felt the same was happening to Britney and Kanye. Britney was being controlled for years, and Kanye tried to stand up to the industry but was shut down. We already know this is true. Anyone who challenges a system who has already taken the oath is usually eliminated. Openly, Jeffree Star admits Hollywood is ran by the order. He explains how he was ready and willing to expose it all. He tried to escape the Illuminati in order to expose them, but almost lost everything, so he backed out. Jeffree even made a video where he talks about the tweets, but doesn't really expand on them.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, how are ya? I just wanted to check in and say hi. Yeah, I'm great. Everything's amazing. No, I don't plan on being tonight. I did tweets yesterday, and I just wanted to start a conversation to see where everyone's head was at. It's 2023 tomorrow. There's just been so much change in my life over the last 3 years, and I wanted to share a glimpse. I know it's bizarre, maybe scary. People may think I'm full of so many things I hope to share soon from my personal experiences. Seen so much darkness over the last few months. Disgusting Balenciaga campaigns to people like Kim K and other celebrities. And I'm like, I mean, we talked about it, not denouncing your check. And it's just crazy. I've experienced things in the past of corporations threatening my life, my career, making up fake things about me. And it's just all very triggering. So I sat there last night like, when is enough gonna be enough? I think the 2023 is about to reveal a lot. Now, how come any time someone says something, anything outside the box, anything that society doesn't agree with, or maybe is unsure of, immediately deemed crazy? I've experienced a lot, entire life in LA. I escaped it 3 years ago, and I've seen some really, really dark stuff. It's how the world works now. And just so it's on recording, I've never hurt myself. There's so many people like, Jeffree, don't say anything, just be quiet. Go do you. Someone's gonna harm you. What's gonna happen to me is gonna happen. I know that in my soul, I would never hurt myself. But there's a bigger picture sometimes, and it's scary.
What I got from these tweets was 1. Jeffree Star 100% took the oath and sold his soul. He admits this by stating he was trying to escape the Illuminati. In order to escape them, he had to be a part of them. It's important to remember when these celebrities mention the Illuminati, they're really talking about the Masonic order. The fact that Jeffree admits this clearly means he was already a puppet. I also think Jeffree wants out of his deal, just like many other celebrities who sold their soul. Jeffree wanted to escape the deal, but wasn't willing to lose it all, so he fell back in line. This is why I believe Jeffree was spared, because he was still being controlled. Lately, we have been seeing so many people come out and confirm the industry is ran by and still people deny it and call it a conspiracy theory. Jeffree has shown on many occasions he is a puppet. We can see him doing the one-eye symbolism time after time, showing exactly who he is serving. This lets you know that either Jeffree truly was trying to stand up against the agenda, or he's just playing both sides like the love to do. It doesn't appear Jeffree is a target, as nothing has seemed to have happened to him for challenging the system, well, at least for now.
Okay. So he claims that he has some things that he wants to tell. Well, I'm interested to hear whatever it is at the end of the day. You all going in on the man as far as how he looks. How he looks is not the point. The point is what he had to say. Because he said that if anything happens to him, he didn't do it himself. He also talked about how they tried to ruin his career in 2020 because he was saying there were some things that he was going to tell. Okay, so don't be distracted about people's looks. Let's stick to the topic at hand. Okay, so with that all been said, I'm going to talk about J. Cole next. Because we know that J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar supposedly had this beef going on. Then J. Cole apologized and said that he wished he'd never said those things about Kendrick and all of this. And people were saying, well, why did he back down? Why is he saying he's going to pull the song and all of that? Well, let's talk about it. Because here are some lyrics from J. Cole. Okay? Because now J. Cole is supposedly on this religious thing. He's getting in touch with God, you know, more in tune with God and all of these things. And so maybe that's what made him change his mind. Maybe that's why he regrets it. Now listen to these lyrics that he previously wrote. Sold my soul to Satan. I've been dancing with the devil. So when you get to hell, you can say you know me. I'm easily attracted by the dark side. Devil keep following for that fortune. Some sold their soul to Satan. Was on track for the first 2 years. Then I let the devil steer. Now I got to mask my tears, but allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Cole, born sinner, opposite of a winner, but the devil run the TV, so the demon's in him. I'm in trouble. Did a deal with the devil, but now I'm pleading with him like, give me my soul. I ain't ever letting go, but the devil don't play fair. Okay, so I just want you all to pay attention. Those are some of his lyrics. Now, do you think people just write things like this just to be writing it? Because being someone who writes poetry and things myself, well, I write what I'm feeling. I write what I've gone through, what I'm experiencing. And that's what most writers do, whether you're writing music or poems or whatever. At the end of the day, I absolutely believe that he's speaking on something that he's likely done. Okay? Now, there was another one also, Voluminati. In his song Voluminati, he says, according to the preacher man, he needs Jesus in him, but the devil runs the TV, so in him, so the demon's in him. I'm in trouble. Did a deal with the devil. Okay, that's the one I just read. So that's the song Voluminati. All right, that's what he said in there. And then in the other song, he basically talked about selling his soul. Now, this song was 10 years prior to this one. So he wrote a song 10 years ago, basically talking about selling his soul and things that he'd have to do and all of that. And then fast forward, talks about already having done these things and basically want to go back on it. So with that all in mind, I want you to listen to how he's talking now. Because like I said, maybe this is why he's sorry that he had a beef with Kendrick. Please pay attention. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you to Vic.
They hit a point where I had to like question it for the first time, where it was like I wasn't sure. But then I felt bad about that. I went and got baptized because I was like, I felt guilty for even having a thought that like, well, if what y'all are saying is this and what y'all like, for even having a negative thought about it. Like I went and got baptized, started reading the Bible. I was scared as fuck. And then it hit a point in my life where it's like I just fell off and like I'll let the answer come. And as I got older, I feel like I had a personal understanding of like what God is to me. Strong belief too of like it has nothing to do with what y'all are talking about, more like a personal understanding. Right. And of course I could never even fathom it, but as close as I could get to understand it, I can understand it. But then that always had me thinking, I would listen to like, I used to fuck with Bill Maher. Yeah. I started like really watch his show, and then he put out this, it was like a religious movie, I don't know if you've seen it when it came out. That shit turned me off, because like I didn't mind that you were atheist, but it's like he was somewhere along the line, I feel like his trash in the religion.
He started bashing
religion, which I didn't, it's cool, like there's some funny shit. You know, there's a lot of things to make jokes about with religion, but I couldn't understand. I was like, man, you're so turned off by religion, you're missing the God aspect, the spirit. It's making you totally oblivious to the fact that like, yo, there may be a spiritual realm. But I've never had a chance to really like dive in with an atheist and ask the questions of like, yo, do you think that that's a possibility? And if not, why? We don't know the science. We can't break down the Big Bang Theory to a science as a scientist can. But what, even let's say in this basic theory, the Big Bang Theory is that from a particle or from something, there was an explosion. Why was there that first thing? You know what I mean? Or like, where does that come from? And that was ultimately the thing that could never get me to say like, that was the reason why I could never not believe in something, because that question does not have an answer. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, at the end of the day, even if this shit came from a one fucking particle that exploded or whatever, who made the particle? Why is there a particle? There has to be nothing before there's something.
Okay, so that music was extremely dramatic. But so you all heard that. Like I said, and the song that I'm thinking about, the one where he talked about he sold his soul that was 10 years before Illuminati, that song was called Can I Bust? Okay, Can I Bust? He wrote that when he was like 18, if I'm not mistaken. So talking about selling your soul, then talking about regretting it later and all of this, how the devil don't play fair. And now having a real good relationship with God or trying to develop a better relationship with the Most High. So yeah, sounds like sometimes people get involved in these deals, these contracts, they sign or do certain things, and then they live to regret it. That's what it sounds like to me. And I want you to pay attention. You see, the reason a lot of these celebrities have problems with illegal substances and alcohol and things like that is because, in fact, yeah, they, can't deal with some of the things that they've done. When they look at themselves in the mirror and they realize that they did something that they didn't even want to do, but maybe were coerced or forced into doing, or maybe someone slipped in something and they did it, and then the next day they saw the footage. So people dealing with these things, absolutely, in my opinion, would likely be some of those who would be candidates to be indulging in illegal substances and binging on alcohol and things like that to try to escape reality, okay? To try to escape the truth of what they have in fact done. And nobody's really going to tell on anybody. Why wouldn't Justin Bieber tell on Diddy? Why wouldn't Usher tell on Diddy or anyone else? At the end of the day, because these people don't want to have the trickle-down effect, okay? They don't want to get canceled. They know that people go hard for these people, some of them do, and they don't want to be blackballed and blacklisted. Because if you go against him, who else are you going to go against? Okay, that's how they all view it. Let's not forget what happened to Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. All right, and so please pay attention. A whole lot of blackmailing goes on, I'm pretty sure. And especially when, like that guy said, the one I showed the video from years ago with No Limit, when he's talking about, you have something slip to you and then you wake up, you don't remember what happened. So then they want you to sign the contract. You say no. And then they say, pop in the tape and let him see what he did last night. Okay, we've been hearing these rumors for years. Okay, so please pay attention. This is all the kind of stuff that goes on with Diddy and Diddy's parties. And with that all been said, Diddy's not the first one to do it. He learned it from somewhere. So the people that he learned it from, do you really think they want him to be able to talk and tell what they're doing, the roles they've played in it? But I bet you he's got some of them on footage too. Okay, I believe he's got Little Rod on footage and them too, because that night that Little Rod said that he was slipped something and then woke up dizzy and all of that, not knowing what really happened and all of that, I'm pretty sure there's some footage. Okay, Diddy's not a fool. He already saw Rod wasn't going along with the program, and so of course he would want to get evidence on him. All right, and so with that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. For those of you who follow the backup channel, I'm going live on there. We got to talk about how these people are mad because they wanted OJ's brain to do research, to study it and all this foolishness. And also this man put antifreeze in his child's milk to try and take it out so he don't have to pay child support. This is all nefarious, okay? So with that all being said, I hope to see you all the next chat. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done.